is the third time I'm trying this. Third time's the charm, right, Rexy? Say hello. This is my buddy Rexy. I feel like this was cheesy but maybe that's a good thing. You know, sometimes things are just cheesy, but they're true. Hashtag cheesy but true. I have to drink like 3 of these a day so that my liver isn't destroyed. I hope that people don't think I'm stupid and people just love me. At this point in filming, I don't remember what I've said and what I haven't said and what shot, and everything is just like jumbled because I've never done a video like this before, and I tried to write down in order how I wanted to talk about things, but I'm just gonna have to figure it out when I edit this and put it into some kind of order that makes sense to you guys, because right now I'm just all over the place. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my long lost YouTube channel. I am filming this video and many to follow to inspire people that also have cancer, also to help people that don't but have loved ones that do, to maybe help them understand a little more about what's going on. It's hard to open up and it's hard to explain to people. Sometimes you just feel like nobody will understand anyway, so what's the point of telling them? What's helped me so much is I've made so many new cancer friends. I call them my cancer friends, that are also going through it or have already gone through it, and I love talking to them because they give me so much hope that I can get through this too, and that they make me feel normal. So sometimes you feel like nobody really understands what you're going through. Nobody understands the fact that you have a life-altering disease, I guess you can call it. Something that could possibly kill you. It could take your life. Nobody really understands that unless they've had it, I feel like. So to have cancer friends is just amazing. And shout out to Madison Miller. I don't know if you guys know her or not, but if you do, she's an incredible girl and woman, I should say. And I've been friends with her since high school, luckily. And God put me in her life and put her in my life back then, knowing that this was going to happen to both of us. She also had lymphoma, so you know, thank you, Maddie, for reaching out to me. And I've already gone on a retreat with her, and her charity that she has is just incredible, and they have a really great outreach program, and it's been amazing. But my goal here is to take the word cancer, which is a negative word to most people, and make it positive, because there are, along with the negatives that come with cancer, there are so many positives, and people that survive cancer just have such a different outlook on life, and I can't wait to have that. And I feel like I already do, but I'm not there yet. I will tell you that. I still have so much work to do, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. So without further ado, let's talk about cancer, because that's what everyone wants to talk about. How I found out I had cancer was I was getting, I had a swollen lymph node under my armpit that I found about 3 months ago now, 4 months ago, I don't know. Time has just been zipping by. Probably 3 or 4 months ago, I found a lymph node in my armpit, and immediately I was like, I have cancer. I bet you this is cancer. I went to the doctor. They told me it was lymphadenitis, that I probably got an infection somewhere in my body, and that this is what your lymph nodes do. So they gave me an antibiotic. I was like, great, so relieved, so glad I went to the doctor. Had my antibiotic, took my antibiotic, the lump was still there. It didn't go down, but they did tell me that it will take, sometimes it takes several months for it to go down. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna continue living my life. And then Mother's Day, I was out with my mom, and my ear kept clogging, and I found another like lump behind my ear. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm getting an ear infection. Like, I don't know, maybe this is something that happens to my body now. When I have an infection, I get a swollen lymph node. So I went back to the doctor. He put me on an antibiotic for an ear infection. So I took that antibiotic, nothing changed. My ear was still clogged. More lymph nodes were coming in my neck. I went back to the doctor, told them they were painful, they were hurting me. He said, I'm sorry, I don't know why they're hurting you. Keep taking Motrin, try hot compresses, and sent me along my way. And I was like, great, thank you for taking my money and for not helping me at all. So literally 5 days later, it was a Friday morning, June 8th to be exact. I was getting ready for work and I was doing my makeup and I found another lymph node in my neck. So at this point I had like 5 or 6 of them. I told my boyfriend, I was like, I am going to the doctor again. This is not normal. Like, this is not, something is wrong with me. Like, this is not normal. So I went and I demanded a blood test. I demanded them to investigate it more, and they did. And long story short, they took a chest x-ray and my doctor told me that there was a large mass in my chest about the size of a grapefruit, and I don't know where it is. Well, I know where it is, but I don't know how it fit inside of me because I am a small person up here. And they told me the exact measurement was 7 by 10 centimeters. And so it takes up like this whole part of my chest, and that they told me it was pressing on my lung, my right lung, and it's pressing into my heart. But everyone is just shocked, and me too, that I wasn't having chest pain or shortness of breath. All the doctors were like, how has this been in you and you haven't had any symptoms? I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, so I immediately went to the hospital that night, and they did a CAT scan and they did some blood work, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm okay with shots. I can take a shot in my arm all day long. I had to get a shot in my stomach in the hospital every single day, and I was totally cool with it, totally fine. But you touch this, even touching this part of my arm, I hate it so much. And I had to have an IV put in, and it was the most painful thing in the world, and I almost passed out. I'm sitting there with my best friend and my boyfriend were standing right there with me, and oh god, it was just horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Anyway, I had to have my blood drawn every single day in the hospital. Even though they told me the whole point of the IV was so that they didn't have to stick me and they could get blood from my IV, they still stuck me every single morning at 4 a.m. It didn't fail. Anyway, so I was in the hospital for exactly 7 days, and when I tell you that it felt like jail, I'm not kidding. Like, I had such amazing support when I was in the hospital, and I've never felt more loved in my life from people that, some people I don't even know, and I was getting messages on Facebook from them, and it was just incredible. And it was like an overwhelming amount of love, the phone calls, the texts. And if you are one of those people, I thank you so much, because all of your words of encouragement have helped me get to where I am now and played such a big part of my experience with dealing with all of this. And I thank you all for who came and visited me and sent flowers and sent cards and your well wishes and best wishes. I thank you so, so, so much. But my time in the hospital was not easy, and although I might have seemed like I was doing great to everyone that came and saw me, I really was struggling. I had mental health issues before I was even diagnosed with this, and I had so much anxiety being in the hospital and being stuck. And I remember the day after I had my surgery, my biopsy, the day I got my port in, it was like day 5 of me being in the hospital, and I was just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for them to take me to go get my port placed. And I remember being so nervous that I wasn't going to be put to sleep, which I wasn't. I was nervous about feeling anything, which I did, and I remember pacing the room, and it was just me and my mom, and I like lost my shit. I really did. I was like, I can't do this. I need to get out. Like, I cannot be here waiting anymore. Like, it just, and on top of that, you can't eat before you go into surgery. So I was hungry, and just, it was horrible. It really was. But, you know, all these anxieties about my surgeries and my test results and doctors coming in and giving me not so great news, I accepted it, and some people I think were shocked at how well I was taking it. But also a big part of that was God. And I had been praying to God. I pray to God every day. I thanked God for my health, and I wanted to find the answer to what was wrong with me, and I just needed an answer. And I found my answer, and the fact that I had an answer and I knew what it was, and I knew that we could fix it and that I was going to be okay, I just felt like a flood of relief. So when most people would panic, I felt relief. And I have honestly God to thank for that, because I really feel like He just has taken all of my worries about cancer off of my shoulders, because I know He's got me, and I know that He has this, and together we can fight this, and I'm gonna come out healthier and stronger and better than ever, and I just have so much faith in that. So I was in the hospital for a week, and every day I felt the presence of God, and I knew He was there with me every step of the way, and that really is what got me through it. The day I went home was incredible, but it was also hard sitting there waiting to have to go. The whole time I was in the hospital, all you do is sit there and freaking wait. You wait for your food, you wait for your doctors, you wait for your surgeries, you wait for your shots, you wait for your medicine, you wait for people to come bring you Starbucks. It's just a whole lot of waiting that goes on in the hospital. But I'm thankful for it, because I was able to get everything done in a week, whereas if I would have gone home, it would have been a much longer process to get to where I am now. So anyway, the final result is I have Hodgkin lymphoma. I now have completed 3 treatments of chemotherapy, and I feel great. All these side effects that people tell you that you're gonna have, you know, you could get sick, you're gonna lose your hair, you're not gonna have energy, mouth sores, tingling in your fingers, there's so many things. And luckily, thank Jesus, all I've had is a little bit of nausea, which I take my medicine for. After I get chemo for about 3 days, I'm a little nauseous and I don't really want to leave bed, but I do. And I'm tired. So I've been extremely blessed to not have any of those crazy side effects that people scare you with. I can't drink alcohol, can't eat sushi, I can't really be in public without a mask on. Each time that I get chemo, I get neutropenic, which means I have 0 white blood cells. It's not that I can't go out into public, but there's just a bigger chance of me getting sick, because the littlest cold at this point could kill me. Like, it's just not happening. So I basically have to stay in my house. If I go anywhere, like I said, I have to wear a mask. And at first I was like, I hated wearing my mask, because I just felt like people were staring at me and people were thinking that I was the sick one, and oh, what disease does she have? Like, is she gonna get me sick? And really it's no, what sickness do you have, and are you gonna get me sick? I started losing my hair after my second treatment. My hair started just shedding a lot more than usual, and I didn't think that I could handle my hair falling out in clumps, or waking up one morning and having you know, missing my hair, or my hair just being, I could not deal with that. So I had Chris shave my head for me, and we were both scared, but it happened, and I'm glad that I did it, and I feel like I got the upper hand in that one, you know, like I won that battle, and I did that for myself. Cancer didn't take away my hair, I did. So my chemo treatments, I go every 2 weeks, and my doctor told me that I would have a total of 8, and next Thursday I have my 4th one. So I'll be halfway done. After my 4th one, I have a PET scan scheduled so that we can see the progress of what is happening to the cancer, if it's shrinking, if it's staying the same, if it's growing, which fingers crossed and prayers to God that my chemo is working, and I feel that it is, and I have so much faith that it is. I was worried that since I didn't have many side effects, maybe it wasn't strong enough. Maybe the chemo that they were giving me wasn't strong enough and that it wasn't beating it, but I took those thoughts out of my head, and my doctor confirmed it with me and told me that no, that's actually a good thing that you haven't been getting sick, or that you don't have that many side effects, because that means that the medicines are working with your body, not against your body. So that is a good sign. I'm actually excited to have that scan done and to see my results. But again, like I said, prayers please that we get some good news from that. Moving on, I want to talk about how cancer has already affected my life. I want to talk about the good and the bad, because I think there's good and bad with everything, especially with cancer, because cancer is definitely not a good thing. It's not the worst thing. You can find positive in any situation that you're in, and having cancer now has just made me realize the kind of person that I was before, the person that I turned into. I really lost who I was. You know, I was not the kindest person to people that I love, and I was not the best friend, the best girlfriend, the best daughter, the best sister. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've said a lot of things that I wish I never said, that I unfortunately can't take back, but I regret so much. But from this point on, I know in my heart that it'll be okay. Having cancer, and now I have all this time off of work, and I have time to really rebuild and focus on myself and my mind and my mental health and who I am and my relationship with God, my relationship with myself. I just feel like that is the greatest gift that I could have been given. At this point in my life, I feel like I needed a break, and this is my break. I mean, it's not the best, it's not a vacation to Bali or anything, but it's freaking, I don't have work for several months. So what else am I gonna do besides work on myself and do things that, get into things that I wanted to do, like yoga and, you know, exercising more and eating better and my YouTube channel. So really it's brought a lot of positives back into my life, and the main one being my relationship with Jesus. So whatever you are going through right now, whether it's cancer, depression, anxiety, a breakup, loss of a job, loss of a family member or a loved one, I have 3 words, 3 things for you that will help you get through anything in life, anything. And that is God, gratitude, and positivity. If you have God, gratitude, and positivity in your life, you will succeed and excel at anything in your life, and you'll get through anything and conquer anything, and I have so much faith in that, and I want you guys to believe that too. I mean, I know it's so hard, and it was so hard for me to get to where I am right now, because yesterday was a totally different story than where I'm at today. Every day is a struggle, and every day you're gonna have tests. Every single day, God and the universe is gonna test you, and it's your job to make the best out of every situation. The law of attraction, if you keep thinking negative and you keep worrying, all it's gonna do is bring negativity and worry and stress into your life. You have to be positive, and you have to think good, happy thoughts, no matter how hard it is, no matter how stupid you think you sound. Like, I could just be, you know, in my bed at night, crying my eyes out, hyperventilating, just hysterical, just, you know, last night this was happening to me, and still sitting there thinking, oh my god, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Like, crying, like, tomorrow's gonna be a good day, I'm gonna have a better day tomorrow. You might think you sound so stupid, but seriously, it's just it's gonna help you. You put good juju out into the world, it's gonna come back to you. Thank you, Lauren Scant, for giving me that. I just I can't say that I'm there yet. I haven't beat the battle yet. I am not mentally there yet either, but I will be, and I know I will be, because I've been there before. I know I can get there again, and you can too, and like I said, we'll do it together. So yeah, so that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Maybe now you can help someone that you love that also is going through cancer, or maybe you have cancer and this has helped you find the brighter side to this life now. There are so many things to be grateful for. Every day I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for in each day, and you should too, because you might think, oh wow, it's really hard to think of 10 things every day to be grateful for, but it's actually very easy. And the littlest things, like breathing, and your heart, and your eyeballs, and your fingernails. There's so many things to be grateful for, and it just really will turn your life around when you start to just have gratitude. Like I said, gratitude, Jesus, and positive thoughts, and you'll make it through anything. Alright, I'm done. This is done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and look out for my next videos that are coming. I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to Tennessee this weekend, so to be with my brother and my nieces and my beautiful sister-in-law, and I can't wait. And I'm going with my mom, and we're road tripping, so I will be sure to vlog all of that for you guys. And I am going to fill each video with as much positivity as I can to uplift all of you and anyone else that's going through a hard time right now. Thank you so much for watching again, and I can't wait to go on this journey with all of you.